Welcome to Commercial Property Deep Dive by Eureka Business Group. In each episode, we break down the essentials of managing commercial properties with expert advice and actionable tips. Let's dive right in.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're looking at the DFW retail scene.
Yeah, lots going on.
There is so much going on. And you know what? We found this really cool article called Retail Trends in DFW, What Property Managers Need to Know.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And I thought, oh, this is going to be kind of dry, but wow.
It's super interesting.
It is fascinating. It's like this little window into like all this stuff that's happening behind the scenes that affects all of us, like even if we just go to the store, on the weekends.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's easy to forget about all those like forces that shape our shopping experience,
Yeah, exactly. Well, like we don't really think about it.
It's just there.
Yeah, and this article really helps to connect those dots.
Yeah.
Like what are those property owners doing? How's that impacting the stores we see?
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump right in. The first trend that we need to unpack is this thing called experiential retail.
Okay.
What do you think about that when you hear that term?
Well, it's not enough to just put stuff on shelves anymore. People can buy that stuff online, so
Totally.
what makes me want to get off the couch and go to a store?
Yeah.
I think about workshops, events, interactive displays, almost like...
It's an event, yeah.
Yeah, like shopping becomes an event, an experience.
Totally.
Yeah.
The article had this really cool example about interactive product demos.
Oh, cool.
Imagine like you want to buy a new tech gadget, and instead of just like staring at it in the box,
Right.
you could actually try it out, learn how to use it all in this fun, hands-on way.
Yeah, that's smart.
It just makes you want to go to the store.
Right.
Yeah, it really does. It makes you think about how we've changed as shoppers,
Yeah.
right? Like in a world that's increasingly digital, I think we all crave these like authentic experiences. This kind of connection, and experiential retail really taps into that.
It does.
So I know I am totally guilty of just getting stuck in my online shopping routine.
Oh, yeah.
What about you? What would make you like close your laptop and head out to a physical store? What kind of in-store experience would make you excited about shopping again?
Okay, so that's a great question, and it's something for everyone to think about. But while you're thinking about that, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about something else that everyone thinks about, which is e-commerce.
The elephant in the room.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's growing like crazy.
But here's the thing that's really interesting. Physical stores are not going anywhere.
I know, isn't that interesting?
I think this whole idea that online shopping is going to destroy brick and mortar
Take over the world.
is just not true.
It's not true at all.
It's all about, like you said, kind of how they work together.
Yeah, exactly. It's not this battle anymore. It's like, how do they complement each other?
Yeah.
We're talking about stores like transforming into mini warehouses for online orders, click and collect, streamlining the whole shopping experience.
It's what they call omnichannel.
Oh, yeah, omnichannel.
Like seamless shopping.
Yeah.
No matter how you want to do it online, in store.
You can do it all.
You can do it all.
And it makes things so much easier.
More efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm constantly like switching back and forth
Oh, yeah.
online and in store, depending on what I need.
Sure.
What about you? How has like your approach changed recently?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one that everyone should consider. So I guess while you're thinking about that, we can move on to another trend that I think is becoming non-negotiable, and that is sustainability.
Oh, that's huge.
Huge. Yes.
I mean, we're seeing it everywhere from like the actual buildings with like energy efficient design, sustainable building materials.
Right. And even like how they operate day to day.
Like, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the article even mentions ELE certification,
Oh, yeah.
which is a big deal for property owners who want to attract good tenants.
Right. And, for me, it's like if I know a company is making that effort to be eco-friendly, I'm way more likely to shop there.
Absolutely.
What about you? Do you factor that in when you're shopping?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that, like you said, more and more shoppers are paying attention to.
For sure. And speaking of paying attention,
Oh, boy.
we can't ignore data.
The data.
Right. Like it's everywhere. It's not just about like what you're clicking on online.
No.
It's about like understanding everything.
Like how people move through a store to what's selling, what's not selling.
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
It's mind-blowing how retailers are using data to understand shoppers better than ever.
Yeah.
It's a little creepy sometimes, like those targeted ads.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
They're like reading your mind.
Yeah.
But it also can create like a more personalized shopping experience.
Sure.
So, I don't know, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I think it can be a little unsettling, but there's no denying that data is powerful.
Right.
And, the article pointed out that property managers are also using data to make smarter decisions
Yeah.
about their properties, like, choosing the right tenants for a specific location.
Oh, interesting.
Even figuring out, like, the best layout for a store.
Oh, wow. To maximize sales.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's so interesting, like this whole hidden world of data strategy happening
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All right, so ready for something a little more lighthearted.
Always.
Okay, let's talk about how the actual format of retail spaces is changing.
Okay.
We're not talking about like your grandma's mall anymore.
Right.
Like forget those traditional malls.
Right.
Talk about pop-up shops, shared spaces, mixed-use developments.
It's a whole new world.
It is a whole new world.
This goes back to that theme of flexibility the article talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Retail spaces need to adapt
Totally.
quickly to what consumers want.
Yeah, to changing tastes, right?
Like a storefront could be a clothing store one month
Uh-huh.
and then an art gallery the next.
I love that.
It's cool.
It keeps things fresh and exciting.
Yeah.
And it also gives these smaller businesses, these unique concepts, a chance to test the waters
Absolutely.
without signing a long-term lease.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
For everybody.
The consumer gets, new experiences. The businesses can experiment.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that. So here at DFW, we've seen some really cool examples of this, these evolving retail formats.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you spotted any interesting pop-up shops or shared spaces in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, especially, like you said, in DFW.
Right.
Like DFW's booming economy,
Yeah.
the growing population,
So many people moving here.
more people, more demand for different kinds of retail.
Yeah, exactly. And the article made this really good point about how property managers need to be really in tune with the unique dynamics of the DFW market.
Yeah.
Like what works in another city might not work here.
No.
We got our own style,
Absolutely.
our own needs, and our own sense of what makes a great shopping experience.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it so interesting. DFW is this constantly evolving place
Yeah,
with a really diverse population.
Totally.
Strong entrepreneurial spirit.
I love that. So the retail landscape is just constantly shifting
Always changing, yeah.
to reflect all that energy and dynamism. So before we move on, I want to bring it back to you listening. What kind of retail experiences do you think that DFW is missing? What would you love to see pop up in your neighborhood that would make you say, finally, something different?
That's a great question.
It is.
Something to really think about.
Yeah, let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, have fun with it.
We'll be back with more insights in just a minute.
We'll be right back. Hashtag TTS, the Deep Dive episode 2024-1022, part 2 of 3. So welcome back to our deep dive into the DFW retail scene.
We were just talking about what kind of retail experience.
Yeah, what are we missing?
We're missing.
DFW.
Yeah, and we want to know what you think, too, so keep those ideas coming.
Yeah, what do you want to see?
What would you love to see?
Yeah, what would make you excited to shop again?
Yeah. Maybe your idea will be the spark that ignites the retail revolution.
Oh, I love
Right. But before we get too caught up in, dreaming about the future, let's take another look at those insights from the article.
Okay.
One thing that it really emphasized is innovation, but it also talked about understanding the why behind these trends. So it's not just enough to know what's trendy right now. We need to understand, the bigger picture.
Yeah, why are these changes happening?
Yeah.
What's driving them?
Yeah.
Think about experiential retail.
Okay.
It's not just some random fad.
Right.
It's a direct response to the fact that online shopping is so popular.
Oh, totally.
Brick and mortar stores had to get creative.
They had to figure something out.
They had to figure out a way to offer something you can't get online.
It's adapt or perish.
Right.
You have to evolve.
And I think that's what's happening, creating these immersive experiences, blending online and offline shopping.
Seamlessly.
Seamlessly, yes.
It's happening at every level.
Yeah, from individual stores trying to attract customers
Right.
to those property managers shaping those spaces.
The puppet masters.
A little bit, yeah.
Right. And, speaking of property managers, I thought it was fascinating how the article talked about how they're using data
Yeah, data's huge.
to make decisions about their properties.
Yeah.
So it's not just about filling empty storefronts anymore.
No.
They're really analyzing consumer behavior.
They're getting smart?
They're getting smart,
Yeah.
trying to create a mix of tenants that are going to thrive
Absolutely.
in a specific location.
Right, and I think they're becoming data scientists.
It's true.
Like hunching numbers,
Yeah.
hiding patterns,
Uh-huh.
using that information to create spaces that really resonate with the community.
It's like a high-stakes game of retail chess.
It is.
Right.
Right?
Like thinking a few steps ahead.
Trying to predict
Yeah.
the next move.
And there's so many players involved.
So many. Yeah, you've got the retailers, the property managers,
The developers.
the developers, the consumers.
Consumers hold a lot of power.
A lot of power.
It's like this intricate ecosystem.
It is.
Where everyone is like interacting,
Yeah.
influencing each other.
It's amazing to think about.
It's mind-boggling.
It really is.
But that complexity also makes it really dynamic
Oh, absolutely.
and interesting.
Yeah, you never know
Yeah.
what's going to happen next.
Exactly. It's like the beauty of it.
Yeah. And DFW is constantly changing.
Mm.
So diverse, so innovative.
So innovative.
That retail landscape is always shifting.
Always shifting to reflect that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as we get ready to kind of like wrap things up here,
Okay.
I want to bring it back to you listening.
All right.
We've talked about all these trends,
Mm-hmm.
experiential retail,
Yeah.
e-commerce,
Mm.
the power of data,
Sustainability.
sustainability.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We've covered a lot of ground, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's the consumer, the shopper,
Mm.
who holds the real power.
They do.
Your choices, your preferences, they are the driving force behind all of this.
Absolutely.
So what kind of retail future
Good
do you want to see in DFW?
Yeah. What would get you excited?
To venture out
To go shopping again.
and explore.
What businesses do you want to support?
Yeah, think about that.
Your voice matters.
Yeah, your choices make a difference.
They really do.
Okay, so now let's talk about this last
Okay.
and maybe most intriguing trend.
I'm intrigued.
That's shaping retail right now. Hashtag PTS, the Deep Dive episode 2024-10-22, part 3 of 3.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
We've been talking about all these trends in the DFW retail scene.
Yeah, it's pretty clear things are changing fast.
So fast, and in so many ways, like one thing that really stood out to me from that article, we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
how interconnected all these trends are.
Yeah.
Like we talked about experiential retail, e-commerce, sustainability,
Data.
data. It's like, it's all woven together.
It is. You can't really isolate one trend without thinking about how it impacts the others.
Yeah, exactly. And that pace of change is just,
Accelerating.
it's crazy.
Yeah. The article talks about innovation.
Yeah.
And that really resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not enough to just keep up with what's happening right now.
No.
You have to be forward thinking.
Yeah.
You have to think about what's coming next.
Anticipate.
The next move.
Yeah, and be willing to experiment.
Like, you've got to have your finger on the pulse of the DFW shopper.
For sure. Like, what are people looking for? What are their pain points? What would make shopping better for them?
Yeah, more enjoyable, more convenient,
More meaningful.
more meaningful. Exactly.
Like, those are the questions
Mm-hmm.
that drive real innovation.
Yeah, and I think those answers might surprise us. Like we could see entirely new retail concepts emerging.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff we haven't even imagined yet.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we're on the verge of this retail renaissance.
Yeah, the lines are blurring between online and in-person shopping. Yeah, it's all becoming more integrated with entertainment and experience.
And you know what? I think DFW is perfectly positioned.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With our booming economy, diverse population, and just that entrepreneurial energy.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right here.
It is. And that's why I want to ask you this.
What?
What new retail concept could you dream up for DFW?
Ooh.
What need isn't being met?
Yeah, what gap in the market?
Should you fill?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's your challenge as we wrap up this deep dive.
Yeah.
Don't just observe the trends.
Be a part of them.
Be a part of shaping them.
I love that.
Who knows? Maybe the next big thing in retail is already taking shape.
In your mind.
In your mind.
That's right. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating
And keep diving deep.
into the world around you.
Thanks for tuning in to Commercial Property Deep Dive by Eureka Business Group. We hope you enjoyed today's insights. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert tips and real stories to help you navigate the world of commercial property management. Until next time, keep thriving.